Hey y'all, it's Vintage Vinny. Welcome to another What's Sold on eBay video. Everything we're going to be looking at today is what's sold for the month of January 2022. So I did have a lot sell for this past month. I don't want to spend too much time rambling, so let's go ahead and jump right in, shall we? So this was a really good pickup. If you guys ever see old hardware and things like that when you're out and about thrifting and antiquing, pick it up, especially if you can find matching sets. So these are light switch and outlet covers. I believe I bought a whole bunch of these for $6, and I was able to sell the lot for $24.99 with buyer paying shipping. I do like to find those salt and pepper shakers because some of them are really unique. And for salt and pepper shaker collectors, they're always looking for ones to add to their collections. So I bought a big flat box of different ones. And I saw this one and I thought it was really cool. Salt lock in the key, all in good shape, no cracks or chips. And this one and a few other sets that I've sold have already paid for what I bought from this one vendor. So I sold this set for $16.99. So this is something that my dad found at an antique store a while back, and it's a tip tray from Mexico from 1964, and while I like it, I just felt that it would be better off in someone else's home, or for somebody who wants, or who collects the Mexican Coca-Cola stuff. Not that I don't like it, it's just, it's not as fun and vibrant as the early stuff. So I know he didn't pay very much for that because I get my frugality and reselling from him. He probably paid like $4 or $5 for it, and I was able to sell it for $16. Now these were a very good pickup. I got these at one of my local thrift stores. I actually had two of them. I paid 75 cents a piece for them. One of them I sold for $40 before I reduced the price down because I really wanted to sell it. And I had this one for quite a while, but it finally sold for $29.99. Total invested $1.50, and what I sold them for, $70. So that's a really good return on investment there. Another really awesome Goodwill find for 99 cents was this Royal Hager Bud Vase. Again, it was 99 cents, and I sold it for $14.99. But let me know in the comment section below, does it baffle you that you send out offers to buyers and either they miss it or they just don't accept it right away, but then they buy it for full asking price? Doesn't that kind of boggle your mind a little bit? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great on, the seller's end because they're getting the full asking price, but it's like, why don't you jump the gun when we send you a discount? I mean, go figure with buyers. Alright, so I got this at it's an antique mall and an indoor flea market kind of a place. It was $10 that I paid for it, and I believe it sold for full asking price of $29.99. This really adorable Dalmatian Department 56 ornament I remember I bought when I was with Tammy, Dave, Dee, and Scott when we went into the New Jersey, Philadelphia area to thrift. And I think I paid like $4.50 for it, and I sold it for full asking price of $29.99. This Tressie doll I bought along with a Barbie case full of Barbie clothes and a bubble cut Barbie, and the whole thing was $18. I was able to sell Tressie with her original dress, with her hair as messed up as it is, and the side eye, for $29.99. Now this girl right here is somebody that I've had for quite a while. I may have had her priced a little too high, and then I just slowly but surely dropped the price on her. I paid $5 for this at an antique store. This is a Florence Ceramics Adeline figurine from California. And I had her at this was the price I had it at lowest at $49.99. I sent out an offer of $38 and the buyer accepted. So she sold for $38. Be on the lookout for that tiara glass, because sometimes some of these pieces can do pretty darn well. I got this for, I think, $3 at a thrift store and was able to sell it for $24. The Zodiac stuff. For whatever reason, Zodiac stuff, like Zodiac glassware, Zodiac anything, seems to be really popular. I don't know what it is, but I will take it. Now, this piece I picked up at a local consignment shop. I'm sure you guys have probably heard of it, Finders Keepers. And, I brought it home and such, and then I accidentally chipped it. I think I paid like $3.60, some weird price on it. Because if you guys have ever shopped at a Finders Keepers, you know that what they do is they price something at a certain price point, and then over time, if it doesn't sell, the price just drops and drops. Well, anywho, I found this piece. It was not broken when I found it, and then for whatever reason, it came into my care and I broke it. But anywho, I paid less than $5 for it. I sold it for a best offer of $15. If you disclose damage on something, and on this piece specifically, the damage is not like on the leopard itself. It was on the border. So while it's still damage, it's not as significant as if the cheetah or the leopard was chipped, if that makes sense. But I did disclose that it was there, and someone did end up buying it for $15, which is great. Now, at one of my local antique malls, there was a vendor who had been there for a long, long time. It's actually the same person that I got my awesome Royal Hager mermaid from. And he was going out of business, so he had all of his stuff marked 75% off just to get rid of it. So this is a place where, unfortunately, I'm not able to do any research on anything because the reception is so bad. So I wound up taking a chance on a lot of the things that I bought. And luckily, what I did buy, I was able to sell via live sale via eBay. And this was one of them. This is another tiara glass piece. It's a honeybee candy dish in satin pink. I think I paid like $5.63, and I believe I sold this for about $24. Or maybe it was full price. I don't remember. But yeah, still a really good return on investment. So one thing that I really don't buy a lot of to resell is vintage bedding or not just vintage bedding, but bedding in general, because it costs a lot to ship. And sometimes certain things go out of style and people aren't really looking for it anymore. But sometimes it pays to purchase something you don't normally buy. Even though I've had this for probably a good 2 or 3 years. I think I paid $5 for it at one of my peddler malls. And someone paid the full asking price of $29.99 for it. Again, bedding is not something I really like to deal in much because it just tends to sit for a long time. And I'm one of those people that doesn't like things to sit. I like to list it and then move it as quickly as I possibly can. So one thing that I really like to dive into are beauty products. Beauty products can do really, really well depending on what it is, the name, if it's been discontinued or they changed the formula, whatever the case may be. Well, anywho, I found 2 of these at a thrift store when out with Tammy D, Dave, and Scott. This is Philosophy's Purity facial cleanser. It was brand new. The seal had not even been taken off of the bottle itself. And I paid $1.99 for this bottle, and I sold it for $30. I don't know how many of you all feel in regards to people selling newer items at antique stores. Personally, I don't mind it so much because I can usually find really good deals on modern items and flip them for really good money. So while some people may not like the idea of being able to sell newer goods in antique malls, it's a plus for me because I've gotten a lot of really good modern items for really cheap and flipped them for really good money. So don't ever look over the newer goods at antique malls because like I said, you can make some pretty good money if you look hard enough. And this is the perfect example of this. This is Victoria's Secret limited edition holiday bombshell perfume. I think I paid maybe $12 for it, and I sold it for a best offer of, I believe, $36. New and sealed in the box. Just couldn't say no to that. Another antique store find is this really awesome Canadian Mist Bell light up bar display sign. I've had this for quite a while, and I believe I paid $5.40. It was from a booth that was like 60% off. And I believe I sold this for full asking price of $29.99. So here in my town, we have a Goodwill store that's kind of like an outlet, so to speak. Everything in it is 99 cents except for the furniture and the mattresses and such. So any housewares, any clothes, any kids' toys, books, DVDs, whatever the case may be, any of those items are 99 cents. So I picked up this really awesome 1982 Sigma the Taste Setter French cafe design canister. And I thought it was interesting, never seen anything like that before. So I picked it up for 99 cents, and I believe I sold it for, I think it was like $15. I think I sent out that offer, because I had it for quite a while, and I just wanted to move it. I didn't pay much for it. So I was like, what the heck? So one thing that I managed to pick up, my town had like this little like town day. They had like a crafts fair in our little like main area of the small town that I live in. And then a bunch of people in the surrounding neighborhoods, since it's a small town, they had yard sales and such. So one day when I wasn't expecting it, I decided to go to all the yard sales and such and see what I could find. And I came across a Le Creuset pan, or like saucepan from the 70s. And because it was all within spitting distance and it was like frickin' roasting your butt off hot, I had been carrying a bunch of things, and I dropped the pan, or the pot, on solid concrete, and I cracked it. So much to my dismay, I was a little bummed that I probably wouldn't have been making a ton of money, but I will say though, I only invested $3 into it. While the pot may have broken, the lid stayed intact, so I decided to go ahead and list the lid. Again, paid $3 for that pan, and I sold just the lid, intact from the damage, for $24.99. While visiting the Lancaster area, also known as the antiques capital, a lot of the places that I visited were really, really expensive. Like, most of the prices in those places were out of my league in terms of collecting or reselling, but I still found a few things here or there. And one of them was this really awesome DeForest of California pottery mustard jar. I believe I got that on sale in a booth. It was like $11 originally, and then I got it for like $8.80 before tax. And I sold it for full asking price of $24.99. So I got this awesome lot of new old stock Whitman playing cards. I think it was $10 for 4 things, something like that. Either $10 for 5 or $10 for 4. I can't remember. But anywho, I got this set for I think about $2, $2.50, and I sold it for a best offer of $18. Alright, next item that I was able to sell is this really nice, beautiful, leaded stained slag glass cross table lamp. I got this at a Goodwill. I think I paid $9 or $10 for it. I had it up for like 90, and then I felt maybe that was a little too much. And then I think I dropped the price down to, I think, 75. And then I took a best offer of 60. And I know that this was going to sell around this time of year because people are getting ready for spring. They want to, get ready for Easter. And I think somebody is going to really, really love having this out for their Easter, or out for Easter. So these were something that I've had I bought them the weekend of my 26th birthday. So that was April of 2021. And I've had them all the way up till the end of January. So about 11 months I'd had these. A lot of watchers, but nobody was willing to jump the gun. So what I did is I had them up for I think 30 for the longest time, then I dropped them down to 25, and then I think I sent a best offer out of $17, and I only paid $2 for both of these. They're Federal Glass, or rib depression glass refrigerator dishes. They were not perfect. One of the lids was in good shape, one of them was completely chipped, as you can see right there. But somebody still wanted them, and I was glad to sell them for $17, considering I only paid $2 for both of them. So I have yet another awesome sale here. I have a Victoria's Secret gift set, and I think I paid about $12.50 for this, which is kind of paying up, don't get me wrong, especially for a Goodwill. Anyway, so I paid $12.50 for it, and I was able to sell it for full asking price. Or no, I'm sorry, I think I sold this for $36. I sent them an offer of $36. Not too shabby, right? So this was a really fun find at one of my local antique malls. It's Vitro Artistico Murano glass elephant. I was really surprised that the trunk wasn't broken because this is really fragile glass. So here's the marking on it. So I'm not exactly sure how old it is, but I saw the Murano mark on it and I was like, what the heck? I went ahead and of course looked it up while I was in the store to make sure that it was worth my time to sell, and of course it was. So I paid about $8 for it, and I was able to sell it for a best offer of $20. Not bad, right? So I shared this with you all earlier on in the video. Again, I bought two of these for $1.99 each, and I sold both of them for a total of $30 each. So $4 into $60 is not terrible. So this is a really, really nice candy dish. So I bought this with the intentions of putting it in a live sale. And then I went ahead and did my research. I did a Google Lens search on it. And come to find out, this is a Fenton candy dish. It's the Valencia Colonial Glass Pedestal Candy Dish, Persimmon, in Amberina. As you can see, there is cadmium or manganese in this piece. And again, I only paid $3.50 for it, and I was able to sell it for full asking price of $29.99. Now, there was an issue on the lid. I don't know if it's going to show up well on here, but there is a chip on the lid. But other than that, this piece was in beautiful condition, despite that little flaw. Running along with the Le Creuset theme here, I actually bought this at a Burlington coat factory not that long ago with the intentions of me having it for my own house. So I won't go into too much detail about this, but I will tell you that since I started working at Home Goods, or working for TJX, I, got this idea that I should, start stocking up on things that I know I'm probably going to need when I eventually get my own place. Stuff for your kitchen, like the spatulas, the cooking ware, things like that, small appliances. So I've been doing that over the years, and of course there are some things that I kind of was like, I don't really want this anymore, so I decided to go ahead and sell it or donate it or whatever the case may be. But I just think that it's a smart idea to have that stuff when you get ready to move, instead of, going out and having to spend a ton of money right after you put like a down payment or a deposit in for a house or something. So I think it's just best that I have it so that way when I move, I don't have to go out and buy a bunch of things on top of already putting a significant amount down for a mortgage or for a rental property. It's just good to have, is basically what I'm trying to say. But anywho, I got this at a Burlington. I paid $10.99 for it. And I sold it for full asking price of $39.99. I don't think it's something I would ever be able to use, so I was like, what the heck, let me go ahead and see if it's worth anything, and lo and behold, they were doing pretty well, especially this color, this Marseille blue. So I was like, hey, I'll go ahead and do that. So this is another Goodwill find. I think I paid 99 cents for this. This is a Lenox Bellina patterned trim bud vase. And I believe I sold this for full asking price of $19.99. Maybe it was 15. I can't remember. But yeah, and it shipped first class, so they didn't pay too much to have it out. So I'm sure many of you all are familiar with Elizabeth Taylor's Passion fragrance. It comes in these like Art Deco looking bottles. I've seen Passion for women, but I didn't know that she made Passion for men. I smelled it, and it's personally not for me. It's kind of stinky. Sorry, Liz. But yeah, I got this at one of our peddler malls here in town. I think I paid like $12.71 for it. So it was in a sale that was like 10% off or something, or 20%. And I sold it for a best offer of $50. I mean, I can't say no to that. From 12 to 50, that's pretty good. Alright, last two things that I would like to share with you all for this sales video. This was from the 90s, the late 90s. It's Uno Attack. I remember we played this game a lot when my brother and I were much younger. It was kind of cool though, because it's not something you had to, it didn't take a whole lot of, steps to do. All you had to do was put batteries in it. You push the button when it's your turn to lay down a card and such. And it's just really fun. They still make it today, I think. But this is an older version. I believe I got this at a Goodwill for like $3 or $4, and I was able to sell it for full asking price of $34.99. And the last item to sell for the month of January happens to be this really awesome 1980 Strawberry Shortcake Porcelain Candy Basket dish. I think I got this in a mystery box or something from somebody. And, some things I just wasn't able to use, or, wasn't something that I was really wanting to keep myself, so I decided to do a little bit of research and see what I was able to get for something. I listed this for $35, and I sent an offer out for $26, and they accepted. So I was really happy to get that sold. So everyone, that is everything that I was able to sell for the month of January 2022. Let me know down below in the comment sections, what were your favorite sales? What are some of the best selling items you've had in the last month? I'd love to know. So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure and click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Be sure and check me out on Instagram, the link to it is down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys!